are they trying to cancel Kyrie Irving?
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, $5 shirts, $10 hoodies. Click at the tab at the top. Also, we got a whole bunch of brand new merch. Our featured item is the hoodie that I'm wearing right now. Click on it and order. We also have our coming soon items. So if you're looking for the coming soon items, all you have to do is go to the coming soon section, click on the item. If this is the item that you want, click notify me when made available. Put in your email or your phone number. Put it in the list. As soon as they come into stock, and they're coming into stock soon, you will be notified via email, and you can buy as many products as you want. There's no limit on how many you can purchase. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, this Kyrie Irving thing is just out of control. It's just out of control. You know, I wasn't suspicious at first. Right? I'm not even involved in this argument. I'm not involved in the debate. I could not care less. I have no previous feelings about nothing. I didn't know conspiracies were out here about Jewish people, nothing like that. I didn't even care. It don't even matter to me. I got bigger fish to fry. But when you start seeing the way people are treated when they give an opinion, that's when that's when the antennas go, boop, boop, boop. Wait a minute. These articulable responses, in my opinion, are opinions. I don't see nothing that these people are doing or that they're sharing is anti-Semitic. I don't see the definition of anti-Semitic that way. I see a person having an opinion that other people disagree with. It's an opinion that other people disagree with. Just like Ye. I don't agree with everything Ye say. Some of the things he say, I'm like, this dude, it bothers me. But then Ye had an opinion about people who were running the music industry. And he had made mention that Jews running music industry, he had this conspiracy theory, whether it's right or wrong. And I don't have a dog in the fight. That's up to y'all to argue. But it's an opinion about a few people that he has had experience with that he believes are coming together to ban him or to shun him. And then you have him come out and say the things he said, and he loses his bank account. Then he loses his standing on social media. Then everybody drops his endorsements. It's like, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And then you look at some of the people that may be owning some of these places, you go, you guys may not have nothing to do with what he said, but you're not helping the cause. Let's go to Kyrie Irving for a second. Kyrie Irving shared something from Alex Jones. And now everybody's trying to, I mean, not everybody, but the people in the NBA are mad at him because he shared his opinion about something that the guy said. And it doesn't mean he endorsed everything the guy is about, but he just shared something that Alex Jones said. And somehow they want to throw him under the bus. And then there's the part that I think is tremendously weird. He had shared this documentary and book, and we're going to talk about what that documentary and book was about. But he shared that on his social media, and people literally are going after him. They literally banned him for five games, no pay. He donated to try to make amends and meet in the middle. He donated $500,000 to the Defamation League, Anti-Defamation League, $500,000. They rejected his money. And I'm going to show you why they rejected his money. I'm going to let you hear what he had to say. It's 2 clips. I want to play the clips, just a short segment of the clip so we can recap on what was said so you know exactly what they are mad at. And then we're going to go through and I'm going to show you the documentary and book that he had spoken about. And you tell me, why in the world are people coming out against him over this particular subject matter? Roll the clip.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to...
All right. Shouldn't that be sufficient? Shouldn't that be sufficient? Because their argument and their whole thing is that you're promoting Alex Jones. He said, I don't associate with nothing that he do. I don't want to harm anybody that he's harmed through the Sandy Hook thing. I just posted a clip that he posted from a long time ago. That's almost like saying if one of our founding fathers had a quote, or some of our founding fathers wrote the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States of America, the amendments, and you quote their verbiage or quote their opinions on it, and somehow you associate it with slavery. Like, they don't work like that. A person that you may not agree with may have information and facts that they've produced that you can draw from and say, I don't agree with this, but this is true. Okay, that should have been sufficient, but it wasn't. Roll the clip.
Post, and it's funny, and it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
By putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah, put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Filled with anti-Semitic
Let's move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another human being. I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that
I don't have to understand anything from you.
All right, here you go. Shouldn't that be sufficient? I can post whatever I want. The media can post facts or post opinions, and that does not mean that they are 100% as a writer in support of what they're posting. Let me give you an example. If you wanted to criticize Alex Jones for what he said about in Sandy Hook, you may write an article about it, and you may actually share his testimony, or you may share one of the videos that he said that got him in trouble. That don't mean you endorse it. You're putting out news. You're putting out information for people to disseminate and make their own decisions on. Let's go to the other video of Kyrie Irving, the more recent one, where they claimed that he did not apologize, and it made them even more infuriated. And I believe that Kyrie, literally, he's sharing his thoughts and opinions. We live in America. We live in America. Now, we're going to pull this clip up, and I want y'all to listen to what Kyrie said.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
All right, then let me explain what he means by this. They keep saying that he's anti-Semitic. They're obsessed with it. It's almost like the word racism. They're obsessed with it. They create it. Every avenue in which you disagree with something that they don't like, they call you these names. Now, here's an interesting point. Now, we're going to go to the documentary and book that Kyrie Irving promoted, and we're going to talk about why I think this is very interesting. Let's go to the book. It's called Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. This was a documentary. Can you make it a little bigger? This is a documentary that was posted in 2018. It's considered a film directed by Ronald Dalton Jr. The movie is based on a book with the same name. The film has been denounced for its rampant use of anti-Semitic tropes and claims of the international Jewish conspiracy. The film is falsely presented as a documentary. Now, think about Wiki. This is not facts. Wiki has an opinion about the documentary. It's not a fact-based response in the beginning. Let me read more. It said the film pushes beliefs that some people of color, including Black Americans, are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. One of these ideas shared in the film is that Jews of today are not actually Jews, and they are culturally appropriating the religious heritage of Black people and then covering it up. Critics say that the film is filled with anti-Semitism, including claims of the international Jewish conspiracy, which aims to oppress and defraud Black America. The film also covers many anti-Semitic tropes describing Jewish power and greed, including statements that Jews control the media. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. When I think, and I haven't watched the documentary, but when I think about what the documentary may be about, I believe that this is someone's opinion. It's an opinion of generational heritage that I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. I wasn't around during the first Hebrew Israelites, but I do know that there's Black Hebrew Israelites that exist, and they claim that they're the real Hebrew generation. I don't know what it is. I don't know the facts. Who cares what color you are? However, if you look at religion, this is what makes me mad. They're mad at Kyrie for sharing this, and this is an opinion. But just so we on the same page, religious Judaism, religious Jews, and religious Christians are in opposition of each other based on history and heritage. Just like there's a sect of people believe that Black people are the original Hebrew Israelites. The Christians believe we can be engrafted into Israel, God's chosen people. We become one family through Jesus Christ. The Orthodox Jew do not believe that's so. You're either born into the heritage of Israel or you are not God's chosen people. And Jesus Christ is not the Messiah. This is a battle of historical relevance and whether or not people agree of the historicity of Jesus Christ. Now, because I'm a Christian, does that make me anti-Semitic? If I were to say I don't believe that Jews are going to heaven, does that make me anti-Semitic? If I believe there's a misappropriation of who's actually a Jew today or not, does that make me anti-Semitic? Or is that an opinion that a person has that can be challenged by another person's opinion? I don't understand how this gets you canceled and how people believe that you're anti-Semitic. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I want to believe that there's no such thing as a conspiracy, but it's very weird that you can get on television and you can say white men are systemically racist against Black people, indicting an entire group of people, not religious, but ethnic white people. Just like people have a problem with ethnic Jews, and if you say something about an ethnic Jew, you're anti-Semitic. But you can say something about white people and say that capitalism, their Western America ideology is destroying America. They were pillaging and killing Native American people. They're the problem with the world. There's conspiracy of all these wealthy people that are in place that control the government. You can say that about white people, but if you say that about Jewish people, you will get canceled. Somebody explain how that makes sense. I understand if you have a thing where you say, man, you can't go talk about Jews and label every Jew as a conspiracy that they're running the country, but you can do that about white people. Make that make sense. If you can't do it to a Jewish person because it's anti-Semitism, you shouldn't be able to pigeonhole every white person, every European person of European descent. You shouldn't be able to pigeonhole them either. And then they got people coming on the news, and we won't waste your time with this clip, but Jimmy Kimmel comes on. They call Kyrie Irving a fool, stupid. Then you had Shaq come on. Then you had Charles Barkley come on. They all call him stupid. But we live in America. Kyrie Irving sharing a post of the original Black Hebrew Israelites, I don't agree with it. I think it's weird. But that doesn't mean he can't share that and have that opinion. That don't make him anti-Semitic. Why can't people just agree to disagree on theology? It's very bizarre to me. A Muslim person is completely against the Bible. Now, they live in America, they try to lie, and everybody try to act like we're on the same page. Islam and Christianity are diabolically different. They're opposed to one another. Islam, they do not believe that Christians will go to heaven. Christians are worshiping a false god according to Muslims. And so Orthodox Jews believe that Christians are worshiping and reading from a fake book. The Bible is not the word of God to Orthodox Jews. They believe in the Torah, the Old Testament of the Bible. The New Testament is fabricated. Do we want to keep it real? And Christians believe something different in the both of them as well. In the Bible, Jesus is the only way to the Father. Unless a man comes through Jesus, he can't inherit the kingdom of God. And there's going to come upon a day where every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. Christians are indicting Jewish people on that principle. Does that make you anti-Semitic? These concepts go on in my mind, and they're just baffling me. They're baffling me. Every person in the NBA, all them brothers in the NBA should be standing up for Kyrie Irving. Not because you agree with him, but because he has the freedom to have an opinion about something. And people can't come out here and control speech. I think that it's a crazy conspiracy that white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. That's even crazier. That's just as crazy of a conspiracy as somebody want to say that Jews are running the country and running black people out of business. Those conspiracies are both equally retarded. In my opinion, if you want to say one is, the other one has to be. You can't go on and have these conspiracies and say the criminal justice system is systemically racist. No, what you're saying is that white people are running the system and they are racist towards black people. That's what you're saying. You talk about police officers, racist white police officers. Every time you hear somebody talk about systemic racism on a police department, they're talking about white people against black people. They don't talk about Hispanic police officers. They're not talking about black police officers. They're talking about white people. Don Lemon get to come on TV and say the biggest threat to America is a straight white male. How is that okay? How is it okay to say that, but you can't say the biggest threat to America is the white Jewish male, or whatever you want to say? It's crazy to me. Now, I'll ask somebody this question for anybody that want to challenge me and say, oh, it's anti-Semitic or whatever. Do you believe that black people can be Jews, ethnic Jews? Do you believe that black people are ethnic Jews? Now, this is the part where some of y'all gonna run and get in trouble. Because if you look at the Bible, if you look at Moses, you look at Abraham, you look at all of these biblical people, they were dark-skinned Africans. They were. It's just facts. Many will argue that Jesus was dark-skinned. These are just facts. Now, does that mean that this person is true Hebrew Israelites and this person is that? I don't know, man. I don't even care. We all one under Christ. However, can you see how somebody may argue that no, black people are the original Hebrew Israelites? The lighter-skinned Jewish people may say Jewish people were the original Hebrew Israelites. Who cares? You can have an opinion on this side. A person can have an opinion on this side. That don't make you anti-Semitic or make you pro-Israel. In America, you have the right to have the freedom of your opinions and your thoughts. It's crazy to me how they try to control speech. You can actually not like Jewish people and not be anti-Semitic. I don't understand how people don't like black people. So what? So what? You have an opinion. The Constitution don't protect the person from having an opinion. Now you can't go out and harm a person because of your ideologies. But you can sure say, hey, I think what Hitler did was wrong. It's okay to hate Nazis, which is fine with me. But that's somebody's opinion. Somebody may think the Nazis were good except for this one thing that Hitler did. I mean, I don't know. People have opinions all over the globe. Some people still believe in the Confederate flag. It don't bother me. Somebody may believe the Confederate flag means something to them. I disagree with them. They have a thought. I have a thought. Somebody goes online and posts the Confederate flag 1,000 times a day. I don't care. I won't follow that person. They're entitled to their own opinion. This is America. If somebody goes on and shares theology that Jewish people are wrong religiously because they're Christian or because they're Muslim, I don't care. There's people in this country called apologists for their faith. They push out rhetoric that believes that their faith is right and everybody else is wrong. Who cares? It's America. You're entitled to your own opinion. Some people think Lincoln was a bad president. Some people think Lincoln was the greatest president alive. Who cares? It is your opinion. And I don't want to hear, oh, this is harmful. Well, if you believe that anti-Semitism, at least the criticism of Jews, ethnic or religious Jews, you think that any criticism is anti-Semitism and is going to cause people to attack them, then what about defunding the police? What about saying that the police department is systemically racist? Cops are literally getting killed every single day because of rhetoric like that. So if you want to blast one rhetoric, you need to talk about the other rhetoric. How many white people have been attacked in inner city communities because black people think that they have to get them? How many Asian people have been attacked because of racism between black and Asian people? Let's talk about your rhetoric. How many Trump supporters have been attacked because they said half of the country, Trump supporters are semi-fascists? You got to be consistent. If you're going to argue one point, you got to argue the other point. I don't see nothing wrong with what Ye are. What I may not agree with them, but if you have a difference of opinion, then argue a different way. If you think that Kyrie Irving's documentary was wrong, then have a rebuttal. Explain how it's wrong. Because I don't know that it's wrong. I haven't looked at it. I don't know the research between the true Hebrew Israelites. That is not something I even care about. People can say whatever they want. I believe in Jesus Christ and I'm engrafted into the kingdom. I don't care who, original or not original. But if you're going to say it just because it's status quo to say that documentary is wrong and you never watched the documentary or heard any of the evidence, you know better than anybody else. You know better than a person who hate Trump because the media said hate Trump. You know, and it's crazy to me, man. Like, I don't believe in people bashing somebody's religion or somebody's race, any race, white, black, whatever the case may be. But you should still be able to have an opinion. I have an opinion about black on black violence in the inner city. I have an opinion, a strong opinion about it. I'm entitled to that opinion. I have a strong opinion about Democrats, white liberals. I'm entitled to that opinion. I think that Democrats are ruining America. I think the white liberal is one of the most dangerous people in this country. Ideologically. I'm entitled to my opinion. Does that mean you got to cancel me on social media and all that stuff? No. I should be able to express myself. You should be able to counter my argument. We should both co-equally exist. And if people think that I'm wrong, don't follow me. I don't go around complaining about Jake Tapper and all these people lying on television every day. I call them out for what I see them, but I don't follow these people. You know, that's all I'm saying. I just think it's crazy that Kyrie gets banned, no pay, because he shared an opinion that some people may think is anti-Semitic. It's only if you believe the documentary isn't rooted in facts. And I don't know, and you don't know if you haven't watched it. Is there factual evidence that prove? I don't know. We'll see. Y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Do you think Kyrie is wrong? Or is B. Tatum tripping? Or am I on to something? I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.